Hello everyone, Athena Artiste here with my series on Banished and Colonial Charter 1.6. My long-term goals at this point are still the same: to get someone educated, and also to get the cemetery built. And let me put the game in motion here, because this is the child that I am watching here, who is now 6. When he turns, about 8, I will probably take the person off of being builder and put them over into this. But actually, thinking this over, and I need to put them back onto making tools. So let's do that. And we're going to actually take the tailor off for a while. So now I have 2 builders, at least for a time. And this is my short-term goal, is to get both of these built. With 2 of them working on it, that should happen very quickly. A little bit faster than it will be if with just 1. But again, I'm keeping an eagle eye on this child here. They're just about done with the blacksmith. Not that I'm putting anyone there right away, because that is actually where my first graduate from the school will be to be a blacksmith. But at least I have it ready for them to go. And they're building the well. Okay. Let's take them both off of being builders. And let's see how far we can get with all 3 of them working with getting this cemetery done. Oh, he's just turned 8. So, one of you is going over into the school. And of course, you're going to be still acting as a laborer for me, but now I don't need to watch you anymore. Fair number of tools. I also have to keep an eye on my coats because I did take my tailor off. But having 2 people over here working on this, I am quite hopeful of getting this done before the end of this particular chapter. And then I will start working on other things. Still got a fair number of fire bundles. How are we doing on our leather feather situation? Well, we've got 10 leathers now, 64 feathers. So when I put them back on to being tailor, I think I will have them do survival coats for a while. Seems like once you start getting a bunch of feathers, especially once you get some sort of a chicken, either the longhorn or the regular chickens, you have so many feathers you just don't know what to do with them all. And so then you're running around, what am I supposed to do with all these feathers? Now the answer to that, eventually, will be the bedding maker. But as you could see, this is going to require not only lumber, but one of those building supplies. So that is going to be a while before we can build that. And I don't have enough stone, do I? Okay, well you're going back over to doing fire bundles. And I'm going to put my one person back on to being the tailor. And you're doing survival coats now. Burn up some of those feathers. What I've actually had to do a number of times is to keep increasing the dry goods. In fact, I have to do that here. Keep increasing this dry good limit amount so as to make sure that I still keep getting my reeds and my other things that count in there, because the feathers get to be so much. Okay, let's go hunting stone again. We need to get more stone here. Let's see, where's some more stone? Hopefully that should be enough. Well, we got 34 there, got 60, not quite 70 yet. So yes, you're going to need to get more stone. Oh, and one other change I wanted to make is on talking with the folks over there on Colonial Charter's website. I asked because I wondered, I was going to put the traditional forest lodge in here. But I noticed when I was using our new, let me take that out here because I'm going to change it. When I started playing around, we have a new bamboo wood one. And I asked, and I did get it confirmed, that the bamboo wood trees mature faster than the others. So that actually, yes, they will grow just fine in all kinds of different climates. So those actually would make a much better sense, at least for your very first forester hut, to build that kind, which unfortunately you can only get in 1.6, because that way, let's see, we have 3 students now. So that means, where is she? Yes. They should be starting to have babies here. So now my teacher is over there educating my kids. And how are we doing? We need a little bit more stone. Let's see. We need to get more. It looks like we've got enough selected. They just need to get it. So let's, because again, right now we've got one person running around and doing that. Now if I wanted to, I could start swapping. So I just kept this person making fire bundles all the time. But you see how fast that burned up a bunch of reeds. Putting this person, and I'm going to put them back over to the hide coats so that they're not using up the reeds anymore. Which is why I need to get someone over here into this, start collecting me more reeds. I did set that, yes, it's set to collect reeds. And I will actually probably keep them, this shore house, on reed collection. I will be putting 2 over there eventually for quite a while. Oh, and I need to increase that amount. I usually just bump that up to there, because I seem to be getting some materials from somewhere, which is probably the iron ore. Yeah, that's what it looks like. And look, I burned through all those feathers. Okay, how are we doing here? Still not quite enough stone. Let's see, where can I find? That's all iron ore. Find some more stone for you to get. A little bit there. A little bit there. Nothing there. Looks like that's iron ore. One other exciting bit of news I need to share with you is that the Renewable Resources mod has a beta out now, which, oh, hold on, let me take you out, pause the game, take you over here to the mod list. It is in beta right now, but this one, the big change for this, get out of here again, come on, is that, put the game back in motion, is that now Mr. K, and I really do hope he is a Mr., and I'm not going to even try to pronounce his name, he has added an iron ore shack into it, so that we can now get our iron ore by this mechanism. I will be talking much more about that in later episodes, because yes, I do plan to use some of that in this game, because it is very important when using those is that you set up constraints so that they just, well, they don't become so, well, I don't know how to describe it, they tend to take over your map if you're not careful. And yes, you get very, okay, there, I think we finally got enough. So let's get over here, and we can at least get our foundation now laid down. Let's cancel whatever you're doing up here. And once you get that, once you get the rest of that down in there, I will take my tailor back off again because they're not doing anything, and I will get the cemetery built. So that should all be done. I don't know if I'll have my first graduate, but I will at least have major progress on my long-term goals at this point. Well, let's take them off, and well, actually they should be helping out anyway right now. No, I will take them off because just in case we should have an accident and my teacher should die for some reason. And now they're telling me the stone is low. Thought you had enough to do it. You don't have enough to do it? Oi. still people walking some over. Yep, it is there. Okay, good. Let's put one person on being builder. And they will build the cemetery. So it is finally finished. Because my next persons that will probably die will be up here. Could be one of them. Or well, these are younger, so I would suspect it would be someone up there. Our herbologist, or whoever, up there. So, again, that is something I will need to keep an eye on. But at least with having the cemetery built, when people do pass, it will, well, people will still be sad, but at least they'll have, at least that's what I've always thought, they tend to go to the cemetery to idle and hang out. I figure that they're over there mourning their lost loved ones. So, they go over there and it makes them feel better, I guess. Visit the graves and things. Okay, still doing pretty good with food, even though it is just fish at this point, because I was hoping to introduce my new long-term goals of getting the gatherer set up and so forth, so that we can get a better type of diet going. But we also need to get the forester set up, which I just changed. But it looks like I'm just going to have enough time to get this cemetery built, and that will be the end of chapter 6 here. There we go. Now I'm going to take them off of being builder and putting them back onto being the tailor. And my first child that is in school right now, he is now 15. So actually, he should be graduating. Let's run it until he does graduate, because he's almost... And of course, how long they stay in school is very much dependent upon how far they have to walk to go to school. Now, he doesn't have very far to go, but he might have to, it might take him, let me put a view back on him again. He might have to stay in there until he's like 17, because he's not right next to the school. That is one of the nifty things about these little wooden schools, is that you can scatter them all over your map. See, now he's 16 and he's still going to school. So, I think he will have to go till he's 17 before he can graduate. And then he is going to, well, whoever it will be, will take that position. Will become my blacksmith. There he goes. He's going off to attend school again. And now he's, well, he's back in school. Oh, come on, kid. But again, that's again where you want to minimize distance. So even though I will eventually be replacing some of the schools with the bigger ones, I think I really like these little wooden ones so much, and they are so small. You can tuck them in around in different spots so as to have the distance, keep the distance down that children have to go to school. And you're back in school again. I know, it seems like it takes forever. Now there he's turned 17. So, we should... Oh lordy, do we have to wait till he turns 18? I didn't think it was that far. Let's see, where's my... There it is. Well, that's the teacher. And... I guess it doesn't show the path for the students. It's just showing path for the adults working. Never really noticed that. This is a rather handy tool when you're looking at paths. How far do people have to walk to go back and forth between building? And again, this is something that Luke, our wonderful person that came up with Banished, had built in there for us. Really very, very handy for sorting out your paths and how to minimize the amount of walking people have to do. Because sometimes you have, even though you've put houses near where people work, they don't seem to, those, for some reason they don't live there. And so sometimes you have to do a little bit of fiddling about so as to get the workers that get the right workers in the building near their workplace. And you're 18 and you're still in school. Oh, good Lord. I wanted to end this chapter on a high note with having our first graduate. Oh. He has just become an adult. Wonderful. We've reached whatever magical number it is we were waiting for. So now I can put someone full-term on the blacksmith. So, this is where I will be ending chapter 6. And in the next chapter, seeing as I now have accomplished my long-term goals, as well as my short-term goals for this chapter, I will get into what our new long-term goals are going to be, as well as what we're going to be doing in that. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you are enjoying these. Bye for now.